See the strain gauge for measurement of force or temperature. So what is a strain gauge? A strain gauge is a strain transducer. It is a strain gauge is a transducer. It is a transducer, a device for measuring the dimensional change on the surface of structural member under test. So that gauge is a strain gauge, and a measurement of strain is dispensable in the variety of applications where we can use the strain measurement. Application is the utility of strain measurement. Utility of strain measurement as a means of determining the maximum stress values, or in specialized transducer to measure the force. We can use the strain gauge for measurement of force, or measurement of pressure, or measurement of acceleration, or measurement of torque. Means we can use the strain gauge in the measurement of force, pressure, then acceleration measurement or torque measurement. Indirectly we are using strain gauge for measurement of these quantities. Means we want to measure the force, we can use strain gauge. We want to measure the pressure, we can use strain gauge. We want to use measure the acceleration, we can use strain gauge. We want to find out the torque, we can use strain gauge. In varieties of these applications, for measurement of force, pressure, acceleration, and torque, we can use strain gauge as a device for measurement of. So where are measurement of strain? We can have broadly classified related with that. Measurement of strain. We can have broadly classifying as a strain gauges, and these strain gauges is further classified as a non-electrical type and electrical type. So strain gauge, when you have the non-electrical type on electrical type, so non-electrical is good for static load only. It is only for whenever you can have static load, we can use for non-electrical type. When you have good even under dynamic load condition, में हम electrical type of strain gauges are mostly useful. So again, electrical type of strain gauges are again classified in the terms of category as a resistance type, and another is a capacitance type. When you have the resistance type, again we can use a number one metallic of 0.5 micro strain diameter of the wire, and second one is a semiconductor type of 0.01 micro strain value. When you have the capacitance type of strain gauges, we can have large mass, is suitable for the large mass and sizes. When you have regular construction, we can use for capacitance type of strain gauges. So we can have broadly, when you talk about the strain gauges, it is of mostly related the electrical category, and in the electrical we can have resistance type or capacitance type. So which are the different requirement of strain gauges? Which are the different requirement of strain gauges? These following points need consideration while designing a strain gauges. When we are designing a strain gauges, we have to consider the following points. It is extremely small in size. It is very small in size and negligible in mass. So it is one of the advantages, plus point for your strain gauges. These are one of the requirement. Second one is a simple and easy attachment. When you manufacture the strain gauges, it is easily attached to the specimen under test. जो भी specimen हम test में ले रहे हैं, उसके लिए easily हम attach कर सकते हैं, and it is simple in construction. And third number is a good response in union with changes in the surface to which it is fixed. Good response in union with the changes in the surface. So even though there is a changes in surface, it may be a flat surface or concave or convex surface, whatever the changes in surface are there to which we are fixing the strain gauges, it is giving you good response. Means it will give you the good result. Another important characteristics requirement is a high sensitivity in the direction of measured strain, but low sensitivity in the transverse plane. हाई सेंसिटिविटी इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ मेजर स्ट्रेन. सो जिस डायरेक्शन में हम मेजर करना चाह रहे हैं उस डायरेक्शन में उसकी सेंसिटिविटी हाई मिलती है और ट्रांसफरेंस प्लेन में उसकी सेंसिटिविटी कम मिलती है. लो ट्रांसमिसिविटी, लो सेंसिटिविटी इन द ट्रांसफरेंस प्लेन. जो परपेंडिकुलर प्लेन रहते हैं, एक प्लेन रहे वर्टिकल और दूसरा है हॉरिजॉन्टल. सो इन डायरेक्शन में अगर फोर्स आ रहा है तो वर्टिकल प्लेन में हम मेजरमेंट ले रहे हैं तो उस डायरेक्शन में हाई सेंसिटिविटी है. अगर से यू अटैच द स्ट्रेन गेज इन परपेंडिकुलर टू दिस, then the sensitivity of the strain gauge will be less in the perpendicular direction, which is 90 degree. Another is high speed of response. Speed of response is very good. As soon as the load is acting, it will give the reading. The speed of response is very good, so that the negligible time lag, the measuring lag should be negligible. So कम से कम है. So it is called as negligible time lag. And another is insensitiveness to ambient condition. Insensitiveness to ambient condition such as temperature, humidity, vibration. So temperature, humidity and vibration in conditions को ये insensitive है. Again, one more thing that is related with the requirement. Inexpensive, it is not very costly, so it is inexpensive, is as well as reliable. Reliability is very good and it is readily available. बहुत ज़्यादा सर्च करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. It is available readily in your market. Availability of the gauges in variety of types. So it is available in various types and sizes in the market. If you search, it is available in various types and sizes for a wide range of applications. So depending upon the range of application, it is available in the market in various types and sizes. So many of these requirements are fulfilled by the bonded resistance strain gauges. तो bonded type का एक construction रहता है, तो bonded resistance strain gauges में वो fulfill होता है. Because of these properties, the resistance strain gauges can be used as a transducer element for most of the measurement of physical quantities such as force, pressure, acceleration and torque. So already we told force, pressure, acceleration, torque measurement के लिए we can use the strain gauges. So we can have one of the initial types of strain gauges, which is having the resistance strain gauges, which is called as resistance type of strain gauges. So when you consider a bar, we can consider a bar when a bar is subjected to a tensile loading. Whenever we can load the bar in a tensile way, so we can say tensile loading. There occurs an increase in length. So whenever we are loading, there is an increase in length of a bar in the direction of the load. जो direction of the load है, उस direction of the load में वो increase होता है. Okay. Then strain refers to relative change in dimension of the bar under load. It is prescribed as a ratio of change in length to the measured unstressed length of the bar. So strain, we can say change in length, which is whenever we are loading the bar, any part, so there is a change in length upon unstressed length, there is original length, which is called as a strain. We already seen in the strength of the material, what is strain in the part. Whenever we are loaded the part को हम load करते हैं, तो it is under strain. So there is the original length and there is a change in length. So there is an increase in length due to application of load and divided by original length. So this is called as strain, which is delta L upon L. So strain is usually expressed in units of mm per mm So it has no unit, consequently it is a dimensionless quantity, mm divided by mm. The strain has no unit. And in practice, it is often stated as a micro strain or mu strain, which means a ratio referred to the 10 to the power minus 6. If you go further, considering an increase in length of a bar in direction to the applied load, जो डायरेक्शन में हम लोड अप्लाई कर रहे हैं उसमें इंक्रीज इन लेंथ हो रहा है, is also accomplished by decrease in the lateral dimension. So lateral dimension में क्या होगा? Decrease होगा of a particular case. So the ratio of strain in the lateral to that of the axial direction is defined as a Poisson's ratio. What is Poisson's ratio? Lateral ratio of strain in the lateral to the axial direction. Lateral strain upon linear strain is a Poisson's ratio. So identifying delta L upon L, change in length upon original length, as axial strain, and change in diameter upon original diameter, delta D upon D, as a transverse or lateral strain. So we have Poisson's ratio, which is nothing but mu delta D upon D, change in diameter upon original diameter, divided by change in length upon original length. So this is nothing but mu. We already learned in the strength of material what is Poisson's ratio, and this ratio is particular to any metal or alloy. Its value is as low as 0.21 value of Poisson's ratio for zinc, and as high as 0.35 for the brass material. And when you consider the diagram here also, we can have a bar which is subjected to a load, axial load, and due to this axial load, which is going to be act, and there is a length, original length, and there will be change in length due to that axial loading, delta L, and original length is L. So delta L upon L is nothing but your strain. On the contrary, we can have decrease in diameter. Diameter is going to be decreased. The original diameter is D. So diameter is going to be decreased, delta D upon D. So which is delta D upon D, increase, change in diameter upon original diameter. So original diameter may be decreased when you apply tensile type of loading. So in operation of electrical resistance, strain gauge is based on fact that whenever conductor is subjected to a mechanical deformation, its length and diameter are altered. And a change in its resistance occurred. So whenever you can have change in dimension of this type of, what you can say, bar, we can have change in resistances, and the change in resistance, the resistance change is measured. So we want to measure the change in resistance. The resistance change is measured and correlated to strain or physical effect of causing the strain. So we want to measure actually what is the strain gauge is going to be attached on this, and whenever we attach the strain gauge on this bar, we are attaching the strain gauge on this bar. This dark area is a strain gauge. Suppose this strain gauge is attached on this bar, what will happen? So due to the application of the load, this is the load, and due to application of load, there is a change in dimensions. Due to change in dimensions, the resistance of this strain gauge is going to be changed. Change in resistance of this strain gauge, which is going to be attached to this bar, and change in resistance we can measure by using the stone bridge. So already known the basics of the change in resistances. Whenever we already deal that, already consider an appropriate length of a suitable material. You consider suitable material strain within the elastic limit. The change in physical dimension of a conductor will cause a change in resistance. So physical dimension will be changed, right? It is correlated with the change in resistances, and the resistance of a conductor of length L. So we are consider L is the length of the conductor, cross-sectional area is capital A, and the resistivity is the rho. So they are related, and it is given by capital R equal to rho L upon A. Capital R is a resistance of a strain gauge. You can have rho resistivity, length divided by cross-sectional area. Taking the logarithms, if you take the log on both the side, log of E R equal to log of E rho plus log of E L minus log of E A. If you take the logarithm on both the side, and if you use the differentiation, and if you use the differentiation to this equation, it is delta R, capital R upon capital R equal to delta rho upon rho plus delta L upon L minus delta A upon A if you take the differentiation. So this is the differentiation equation of this equation, original equation, and this is logarithmic equation for original equations. So continuing with that, we can have the area of the bar, which is related to a square. If it is square cross section of the same transform direction as diameter of D of the conductor, then area is equal to C into D square. Area is equal to C. C is nothing but a constant into D square, square of the diameter. Your cross section area is suppose circular, where you can see C is a constant. If C is a constant, then area is equal to what? In case of circular cross section, pi by 4. C is the pi by 4 D square. Pi by 4 is the value, and D is the diameter square of that. So area is equal to pi by 4 D square. So pi by 4 is what? Is a constant in case of circular cross section. So its value is unity for square cross section. If it is square cross section, you can the value of C equal to 1. Again, if you say differentiating, this equation is A equal to C into D square. This equation can also be written by taking the differentiation delta A upon A. So delta A upon A is the differentiation related with it. On the right hand side, C is the constant. C is the constant, so differentiation of constant is 1. And here D2, we can have differentiation 2D upon D. So this is delta A upon A, 2D upon D upon D. So the same equation which I have written here, delta R upon R, delta rho upon rho, delta L upon L minus delta A upon A. The same equation I have continued is delta R upon R, delta rho upon rho, delta L upon L, delta A upon A जो है it is replaced, this delta A upon A is replaced by 2D D upon D. So it is replaced 2 small d capital D upon D instead of delta A upon A. So delta A upon A, this is replaced by 2D D upon D by using this equation. Once we are replacing this, dividing throughout by delta L upon L. So this equation we already known. If you delta R upon R is divided by delta L upon L, what will happen? It is delta R upon R divided by delta L upon L. Delta rho upon rho, delta rho upon rho divided by delta L upon L. Plus here delta L upon L again divided by delta L upon L, will become 1 minus del 2d d upon d, 2d d upon d, 2 small d capital D upon D divided by delta L upon L. So if you further go on, delta rho upon rho as it is, delta L upon L as it is, plus sign 1 will be as it is. Here they have written, I think 2 will be as it is, and here it is mu. We already defined mu is equal to what we are defining mu. Mu is a Poisson's ratio. We already defined here Poisson's ratio. this Poisson's ratio mu is nothing but negative sign delta D upon D, change in diameter upon original diameter, negative sign divided by change in length upon original length. This is nothing but lateral strain upon linear strain according to the Poisson's ratio, which is nothing but mu whenever we are loading the bar under the load P. Length बढ़ रहा है, diameter will be decreasing, length is increasing whenever we are applying the tensile load. So depending upon that, this equation 2 will be as it is. Here is a plus sign, minus will convert it, and 2 will be as it is. Delta D upon D and delta L upon L is nothing but Poisson's ratio mu. What will happen further? Delta R upon R and delta L upon L. So this can be written as F. Delta R upon R divided by delta L upon L. This can be written as F, which is nothing but called as very important gauge factor. What do you mean by gauge factor? You might have learned in your interview question. If you are having a mechanical measurement, what do you mean by strain gauge and what do you mean by gauge factor in case of strain gauge? So gauge factor is F, which is nothing but delta R upon R divided by delta L upon L, where R is a change in resistance. Delta R is a change in resistance. R is a resistance divided by delta L is a change in length upon L is the original length. So this might have used, you might have used this because this may be a gauge factor. So this is nothing but what? It is value of F, which is gauge factor. 1 will be as it is plus 2 mu will be as it is. This delta rho upon rho divided by delta L upon N will be on the right hand side. So F, which is nothing but a gauge factor, is equal to 1 plus 2 times mu plus delta rho upon rho divided by delta L upon L. So this equation may be useful as one of the equation related with the strain gauge, and might have useful in your competitive also. This is the resistance change due to length change, and resistance change due to area change, and resistance change due to piezoresistance effect. So here the F represent fractional change in resistance divided by unit strain, and it is called as strain sensitivity factor or gauge factor. ऐसे में बताया gauge factor is F, or it is also a strain sensitivity factor or gauge factor. So for many metals, the resistivity does not vary with strain. So बहुत सारे metals में जब हम बात करते हैं, for many metals, the resistivity does not vary with strain. बहुत सारे metals में जो resistivity है, this resistivity cannot be changed. In that case, we are consider this value equal to 0, delta rho upon rho. So the effect of this factor will be 0. So what is the modified equation? F equal to 1 plus 2 mu when resistivity is equal to 0. So this equation can be written in the right hand side. F equal to 1 plus 2 times mu. F is a gauge factor and mu is a Poisson's ratio. Since the value of mu is about 0.3 for most metal, बहुत सारे metals के लिए Poisson's ratio का value कितना है? 0.3 है. If you put up the 0.3 here, 0.3 multiplied by 2, it is 0.6. 0.6 plus 1, it is 1.6. So what is the value? F equal to 1.6. So that's why the gauge factor, we have value around 1.6. So most of the metals की हम बात करते हैं, तो in the most of the metals the value of gauge factor should be 1.6. So however it is, if the resistivity decreases or increases with strain, the value of gauge factor will be less or greater than 1.6. Here it is apparent from the equation that for any given value of original gauge resistance and the unit strain, the change in resistance will vary directly with the gauge factor. So gauge factor is directly related with the change in resistances. Hence, the magnitude of gauge factor indicate the sensitivity of the gauge. So whatever magnitude of gauge factor, कितना है gauge factor आपका, when you go in the market, what is the gauge factor of the strain gauge? You ask, 1 है, 1.2 है, 1.5 है, or 2 है. Depending upon that, it is available in the market. What is the gauge factor for the strain gauge? So a high gauge factor is desirable. जितना ज़्यादा रहेगा gauge factor, it is desirable because that would give large change in resistance. That will give large change in resistance for a given strain input. थोड़ा भी strain input कर रहे, strain मतलब क्या है? Load upon delta L upon L. So whatever the change in load, if you use the strain gauge for measurement of force, then there is a change in length, then there is a change in strain. So for a given strain, what is the change in resistances? A large change in resistance अगर से हमें चाहिए तो हमें ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा high value of gauge factor choose करना चाहिए. So there may be a numerical, but they may not be there in your syllabus, as numerical is not there in your syllabus related with the strain gauge. But in the competitive exam, it may be there, depending upon what will be the values. The Young's modulus equal to stress upon strain, then put up the values here, depending upon that, can calculate the delta L upon L. And they are calculated gauge factor dr upon r divided by dl upon L, and the value will come out as 2. It is not there in your syllabus. The numerical treatment is not there. It is just information point of view. So what will be the how to calculate the gauge factor, but it may be useful in your competitive examination like that. What is the how to calculate gauge factor? So gauge factor is denoted by delta r upon r divided by delta L upon L. When you calculate the gauge factor, so you can have change in resistance. My concentration is change in resistance is responsible for finding the values, because strain gauge में resistance जो wire का change रहता है वो change होता रहता है. It is depending upon the application of the load or application of pressure or any other application जिसके लिए हम strain gauge use कर रहे हैं. हम strain gauge force measurement के लिए use कर सकते हैं, pressure measurement के लिए use कर सकते हैं. So for which application we are using the strain gauge, depending upon that, the resistance of the strain gauge is going to be changed. Delta R is very important. The resistance of the change हम measure करेंगे with the help of the Wheatstone bridge. Wheatstone bridge से हम change करते हैं, measure करते हैं, and will indirectly calculating the values of the force. So this is a small, what you can say, the equations which is there. So which are the most material, कौन से मटेरियल है जो एक सुटेबल है? स्ट्रेन गेज, अलॉयज एंड मटेरियल्स. तो स्ट्रेन गेज के जो कौन से मटेरियल के बना रहता है, विच इज द मटेरियल, कौन से मटेरियल का बना रहेगा स्ट्रेन गेज? तो वैरायटी ऑफ मटेरियल्स आर अवेलेबल फॉर यूज इन स्ट्रेन गेजेस. स्ट्रेन गेज बनाने के लिए बहुत सारे मटेरियल अवेलेबल है, एंड सिलेक्शन ऑफ द प्रॉपर गेज, selection of proper gauge for specific application is generally based upon the factors and consideration. So कौन-कौन से materials जो कि बने रहते हैं, कौन से material हम use कर सकते हैं स्ट्रेन स्ट्रेन गेज के लिए इट इज अवेलेबल लिस्ट ऑफ द टेबल प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रिकल रेजिस्टेंस स्ट्रेन गेज मटेरियल स्ट्रेन गेज के मटेरियल्स. So we can have the material for the strain gauge advance. That is, in the advance we can have 57% copper, 43% nickel. Combination of alloys, copper and nickel, 57% copper, 43% nickel. That combination may be useful for manufacturing of the strain gauge, whose gauge factor is coming out of 2.0. And what is the application of there? What is the remark there? F gauge factor constant over wide range and easily workable, widely used for static strain measurement. उसका application दिया. अभी दूसरा मटेरियल अगर से बात करते हैं तो सेकंड मटेरियल में भी यू कैन हैव इरिडियम प्लेटिनम. So 5% iridium and 95% platinum. उसका गेज फैक्टर कितना मिलेगा हमें? 5.1. And it is suitable for high temperature use above 1000 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड. अबव 1000 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड का एप्लीकेशन है हमारे पास और वहां पर हमें कुछ करना है तो उस टाइप के केसेस में we should select the material. In that we should select iridium platinum material for manufacturing of the strain gauge having 5% iridium, 95% platinum. Like that there are various materials available. Isoelastic is also there. Then nickel is also there. Nickel, magnesium. So we can have various combination nickel, chromium, 80% nickel, 20% chromium. Here is another combination, 4% nickel, 12% manganese, 84% copper. So this may be the alloys of this or alloys of this. There may be silicon semiconductor is also there. Silicon semiconductor as a material. So these are the various commonly used material generally suitable for the manufacturing of the strain gauge. So we can have the requirement related with that कि हमारा जो मटेरियल है फॉर स्ट्रेन गेज शुड हाई गेज फैक्टर. हाई गेज फैक्टर शुड बी डिजायरेबल. We should be maintain constant over the wide strain and temperature ranges. Another is resistance change to be simple, preferably linear function of the mechanical strain. Third requirement is low temperature sensitivity is also requirement. Another is a minimum thermoelectric tendency to add connections. Good workability, solderability. तो जो भी मटेरियल हम यूज करेंगे दिस शुड बी वर्केबल, इजीली मैन्युफैक्चर होना चाहिए. उसी जो कि हम वायर शेप में रहते हैं तो वायर इजीली वायर में वो कन्वर्ट होना चाहिए, ठीक है ना. तो उस टाइप का मटेरियल होना चाहिए. सोल्डर भी होना चाहिए, वो इट इज इजीली सोल्डर. एंड वेल्डेबिलिटी में तो जो मटेरियल हम यूज कर रहे हैं स्ट्रेन गेज मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए वो उसको से वेल्ड करते हैं किसी मेटल से तो वेल्ड होना चाहिए. सो इट इज हैविंग द वेल्डेबिलिटी. सोल्डरेबिलिटी मीन्स उस मटेरियल को हम सोल्डरिंग कर सकते हैं. स्ट्रेन गेज को हम किसी के साथ सोल्डरिंग कर सकते हैं, उससे सोल्डरेबिलिटी. स्ट्रेन गेज को हम किसी मेटल के साथ वेल्ड कर सकते हैं, दैट इज वेल्डेबिलिटी. तो ये होना चाहिए उस मटेरियल में. निग्लिजिबल हिस्टेसिस है. हिस्टेसिस ऑलरेडी सीन ये. हिस्टेसिस क्या है हम पढ़ चुके हैं. प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ द इंस्ट्रूमेंट में हिस्टेसिस क्या है. सो वो निग्लिजिबल चाहिए. इसे लोडिंग करते समय जो रीडिंग आ रहे हैं वही रीडिंग अनलोडिंग करते समय अगर से आते हैं तो हिस्टेसिस का वैल्यू 0 हो जाता है. जैसे नहीं आते हैं तो हिस्टेसिस रहता है. देन इकोनॉमिकल कॉस्ट. इकोनॉमिकल होनी चाहिए, वो इकोनॉमिकल है, ज़्यादा महंगी नहीं है. So there are generally gauge factor for particular strain gauge depend upon gauge material. Gauge material के ऊपर भी gauge factor depend रहता है. Gauge factor will depend upon the gauge material गेज फैक्टर ऑल्सो डिपेंड अपॉन कॉन्फ़िगरेशन ऑफ द गेज वायर का जो कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है, किस टाइप में वो बनाया गया है, उसकी कॉन्फ़िगरेशन के ऊपर भी गेज फैक्टर डिपेंड करता है। एंड गेज फैक्टर ऑल्सो डिपेंड अपॉन मैकेनिकल लोडिंग उसके ऊपर कितना गया है, उसके ऊपर भी गेज फैक्टर डिपेंड करता है। मैन्युफैक्चरर सप्लाई गेजेस विद द गेज स्पेसिफाइड गेज फैक्टर, जो मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं वो गेज फैक्टर के हिसाब से ही वो मार्केट में उसे लॉन्च करते हैं, which is normally determined by quality control. So gauge factor vary from -12 for nickel alloy to +5 for iridium platinum gauges. तो उसका जो गेज फैक्टर है -12 से लेकर +5 तक वेरी हो सकता है। उस किसका, ये निकेल अलॉयज का और इरिडियम प्लेटिनम का। इफ यू गो फॉर सेमीकंडक्टर गेज मटेरियल, उसका हाई गेज फैक्टर है, उसका वैल्यूज रेंज करता है -100 से लेके +200 तक। वेयर एज फॉइल एंड वायर गेजेस, जैसे फॉइल टाइप में जो गेजेस आते हैं या वायर टाइप में गेजेस जो बनते हैं, उसका जो टिपिकल वैल्यूज है इट इज अराउंड अबाउट 2, gauge factor is 2. So these are general information related with the gauges, how the gauges are there, what is strain gauge रहता क्या है, और strain gauge में equations क्या है, what is the gauge factor, how the gauge factor is related with the material, कौन कौन से मटेरियल हम यूज कर सकते हैं, and how we can use the strain gauge for measurement of force, measurement of torque मेजर करना है या फोर्स मेजर करना है या वेलोसिटी एंड एक्सेलरेशन मेजर करना है, तो हाउ वी कैन यूज इट द स्ट्रेन गेज फॉर मेजरमेंट ऑफ इट। तो इन सभी मेजरमेंट्स के लिए हमें क्या होता है कि जब फोर्स लगा रहे हैं या टॉर्क लगा रहे हैं तो देयर इज अ चेंज इन लेंथ, चेंज इन डायमेंशंस ऑफ ए फिजिकल पैरामीटर, जो भी डायमीटर है या शाफ्ट है, शाफ्ट के ऊपर हम स्ट्रेन गेज लगाते हैं या फिर किसी प्लेट के ऊपर हम स्ट्रेन गेज चिपकाते हैं, तो उसका रेजिस्टेंस चेंज होता है और चेंज इन रेजिस्टेंस हम मेजर करते हैं। वी आर मेजरिंग द चेंज इन रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ द strain gauge, which will be directly give you the value of the force or torque which we want to measure. Actually हम मेजर क्या करना चाह रहे हैं, फोर्स या टॉर्क, बट उन चीजों को मेजर करने के लिए हम मेजर क्या कर रहे हैं, हम यूज कर रहे हैं स्ट्रेन गेज। स्ट्रेन गेज में क्या हो रहा है, जब लोड बढ़ रहा है या लोड कम हो रहा है या टॉर्क बढ़ रहा है या टॉर्क कम हो रहा है, तो उस समय उस स्ट्रेन गेज का रेजिस्टेंस बढ़ता है या कम होता है, तो उसको हम चेंज इन रेजिस्टेंस को हम मेजर करते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ विस्टोन ब्रिज को लगाकर उसका चेंज इन रेजिस्टेंस मेजर करते हैं, जिससे डायरेक्टली हमें जो स्ट्रेन गेज है वो हमें फोर्स हम मेजर कर रहे हैं तो हमें डायरेक्टली उसकी वैल्यूज मिल जाती है। इन दिस वे मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम यू कैन हैव मेजर द स्ट्रेन गेज बाय force or torque by using the strain gauge. So there are certain construction also there, we can see in the next time which type of construction material ऐसे बनता है, कैसे उसके shapes रहते हैं, we will see in the next time.